this is my second store since I came home, and it was more. First, it was just gonna be like a regular bookstore, and then what I decided to do, since like to get people to read nowadays, you have to make things more, let's say, hip or down to earth. So what I did, I brought the clothing in here, mixed with the books, mixed with different stuff that people like hats and different accessories and stuff like that. So a person that read it come in here like, oh, you sell books too, and stuff like that. So that was like a move I decided to make, and this was like the second store. I got this store like 3 months after I came home.
Now, how do you feel about that stereotype? I think Chris Rock really made it famous. If you want to keep something from black people, put it in a book. But you're an author trying to get books out there. How do you feel about that stereotype?
That's what keep me driven, because I'm a national best-selling author, and truthfully, it all comes from my people. Like, now I can't say my people like that, just black people. As they say, black people don't read. They say black males don't read. And because honestly, 90% of my readers is females, like I said. So black women really read, and black males read. Sometimes it take us to go to prison to read and realize that's what we want to do. Black people do read. That's just something that they came up when, in let's say back in the days when we couldn't read. That's why they didn't read, because we didn't know how to read. But now that we know how to read, black people read.
And weren't allowed to read.
Right.
Get punished if you had a book in your hand.
Right. Urban Love Stories came about, like, I wanted to publish, let's say, 3 female authors from this way. And so what I did is I get a lot of submissions from different authors, and especially, like I say, women in general, because they my readers. Terry, I wrote a book, or I want to write. And so I took in a lot of submissions, and the 3 authors that I picked, they at the time was very, very talented, had good penmanship, and I felt like with a little backing, or with a little help and a little guidance, I felt their stories would be, people would love them, and they'd be very compelling.
Hi, my name is Ashlyn Dunham. My story is called Three's a Crowd in the anthology series. My story is basically about a threesome that goes wrong when you invite the wrong person into your bedroom and you have all the secrets come out, and it's about the relationship getting back to its unity part of it. So it's a lot of secrets and twists and turns in mine.
My name is Mariah Hayes, and my book in the anthology is called Poppy. My book basically is about this guy named Poppy. He's from Chicago, the hard streets of Chicago. He comes to LA to further his music career, but with women, fame, and his old street life, it basically haunts him and follows him. And his old ways basically come back up, and he's basically battling women and the streets and stuff like that. And he meets a young girl to kind of settle down with, but his past kind of haunts him, so you guys have to read and find out what happens.
Now tell me about, are you guys signed to No Breaks? This is a No Breaks Publishing book.
Yes.
And that's Terry Wrotten and his squad.
Yes.
Talk about how you hooked up with Terry and how this book came to be.
Well, I submitted my manuscript to him probably like a year ago, and it was like I was so aggressive with hitting him back, and he was like, man, you so rude. And I was like, dang, I think I blew my shot.
Before I'm an author, I'm a human, and I run business, and I'm a father before any of that. So I gotta take care of my responsibilities before the books. The books is just a form of my income. So with that being said, being an author first, then a publisher coming into the industry, I have to craft my own work and then worry about somebody else. It's like, yes, it's very time consuming. I say we all have our own lives.
But then like a year later, he hits me up like, I'm working on something, just be patient with me. And then he's like, I have this series, an anthology series, so I can bring newcomers, to the forefront. So that's how it came about for me.
And did you submit a version of the same story
Yes.
about the threesome?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
I went to one of Terry's books and I had purchased one of his books, and I already had my document finished. It took me about 3 months, and I had just asked him like if he can show me the ropes of how to self-publish, and then he told me he had something in the works and he would get back to me if I was serious, send him the first 3 chapters. So I did that night, and then I think about a month or 2 later, he told me that he has an anthology together and he wanted to add me onto the book.
It's basically a preview into what we have in the future to bring forth. So they basically get a preview of what is to come. So that's why we're like, read this while we work on finish pushing it out. So
Well, my book is already finished, so I'm getting ready to just put it out there. It's just the right timing, you kind of want to amp people up. So, everybody's been finishing it, so now they want the rest of it. So it's basically just to get our names out there and as new authors and stuff like that. So you'll get the first 10 chapters of my book in here, and then the rest when I put my whole document out. So.
And this book includes 2 other authors as well.
Terry and Karen, which Karen lives in another state.
Oh, okay.
My part is about Molly, and out here in California, Molly is a drug and it's big out here. But I made a female character, her name Molly, and she more deadlier than the drug and the snake itself. More deadlier than the black mamba, as they called her. And it's about a young girl, and she go through the trials and tribulations of life of being raped and all that, and how she became a beast within. And what the outcome without the trauma being, let's say, how they say, rehabilitated, what the trauma did to her, just trying to survive in the inner cities.
Thanks for watching StreetGangs.com. Please like and share the video you just watched and leave a comment below to tell us what you think. You can also watch 2 of our previous episodes to the right. Please visit the link to our Patreon page and support our campaign. And don't forget to subscribe.